Once again, Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre are moving into the world of production. This time it is the History Boys. It runs from the 7th through to the 22nd of February, and I have the boys of the title with me now. Hello!
Hello!
Right, there's a lot of you, so we're going to need introductions here. So it's almost like you've got your own boy band, pretty much, isn't it? Let's start on the front row and work our way across with the name and who you're playing, please.
My name is Dominic Tracy, and I'm playing Timms.
Hi, I'm Thomas Grant, and I'm playing Posnet.
My name's Aaron Bassey and I'm playing Hector.
I'm James Schofield, I'm playing Lockwood.
My name's Jordan Scone and I'm playing Bacon.
My name's Adonis Janico and I'm playing Crowther.
I'm George Smith and I'm playing Rudge.
I'm Fraser Hadfield and I'm playing Scripps.
So there's lots of interactions between all the characters, the teachers, and the whole story is quite interestingly entwined, isn't it? So how much can we give a flavour of, do you think, without giving too much away? Because you boys have all read the script now, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
They have done the homework, which is good. So, but we know we're in the 80s, a time before any of you were probably even thought of. And I mean, is this, first of all, going to have a major impact on your hairstyles? Are we concerned about this to begin with? Okay, so when the barber turns up to do whatever they need to do to recreate the 80s, you're going to be worried, I'm going to guess.
Not now. Yeah.
But I mean, as an acting role, is this a play that each of you have heard of? We'll again run round the circle. So yeah, I mean, from your role.
It's a play I sort of came into contact with quite early and just adored it from the get-go, and yeah, it's great to be playing it, to be playing this role.
Okay, favourite thing about your character? Just on a rough read through.
Yeah, I think his charm.
Yeah. Okay.
Good fun.
Right. Next.
I knew it was a play that had such a big kudos about it, especially for boys our age.
Well, plus it's Alan Bennett, isn't it? Come on,
absolutely. I didn't know much about it until the audition. Then I thought I'd obviously read the script, watch the film version, and I thought it was just about a lot of kind of, boarding school boys trying to get into Oxbridge. I was like, oh, what's interesting about that? And actually, obviously knowing the story now, then it's totally different. And I didn't know that there was a character in it for me, so it's really.
You're glad to have found that one.
Yeah.
I think it's a play that's definitely grown on me throughout my first time I saw it, read it, and whatnot. It's grown on me for a long way. That now I absolutely love it, and I think it's incredibly relevant to a lot of different time periods.
Yeah. Well, the 80s isn't that long ago. I was there. I remember.
Well, from the 80s onwards.
Yeah. Well, times have massively changed.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of that, which is some of it will stand out, and other bits you're going to see as the same, I suppose, as we tell the story. So that should be good.
Yeah, I think I saw the film of the original play a little while ago, and I think it's relevant because it's I think someone said earlier, but it's like a coming of age sort of play, but also it does have a bit of 80s nostalgia, I think, which is nice. And Alan Bennett is obviously a bit of a national treasure when it comes to playwriting.
Absolutely.
So, and I think this play is predominantly the one that people go,
it's to stand out. It's done its time in all the big centres of theatre in the world, hasn't it? So it exactly deserves to be on stage at the Grand, which is going to be good. And your take on it?
Yeah, so I didn't see the original cast, but I think I saw the original production once it'd been recast a couple of times years ago, and then the film. And yeah, it's the great thing about the play is that even though we're now doing it like 10 years or however long since the original, and it's obviously set in the 80s, it's about a group of like school friends, and I think even though like the times change, that kind of like core group and like the banter you see between them, that sort of that kind of like stays through the course of time. So it doesn't really matter when you're doing it or when you've seen it. It's that thing that kind of keeps bringing you back to it.
And that's a consistent through school life in any generation.
Yeah, I saw the film in school, and it was sort of the perfect thing to watch in school. And I've never seen the play. Obviously I've read it. But yeah, it's just totally, like you just said, it is relevant throughout forever, although it is set in a certain time period. It's the relationships that bond, not the time frame that they're in. It happens to be in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm going to say kids don't change because you're all sixth formers. So, but as far as from where I'm sitting now, you're kids, okay? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'd never read it, and I'd never seen the film or anything. I'd obviously heard of it because it was just everyone was going nuts over the History Boys. And then basically picked up a copy of it, obviously, when I heard about this, and started reading it and just fell in love with it immediately. And it's exactly what these guys are saying, the camaraderie of the boys and that sort of thing. But even when you're reading it, the language is so visceral, you just want to get involved. It gives you it's a kind of, it gives you a pulse that you really want to sort of jump up and start messing around with all these guys immediately. That's
and last with the most difficult to answer because everyone said everything already.
No, I absolutely love the play. I always have done. I saw the original production, I think on tour actually. So.
See, two of you showing off, I like that.
I'm actually know more about it. It's great, and I've always wanted to play scripts actually, and I thought I was going to be a bit unlucky because it's not done that often anymore. I thought I was going to miss it. I thought I was going to get too old by the time they do a 20th anniversary production and all that. So it's lovely to be able to get the chance to do it actually. And it seems like a nice group of lads.
You seem to be bonding quite well. I mean, you've had a few days because there's some film portions of it, and you've been working together on that around the city, and that must have been quite good fun. So it's given you a chance to actually have
reverted back to being children.
Wasn't hard.
It didn't take long.
So who's the oldest? Have we worked that out?
I think it's for me.
And you are
26.
26, but you don't look it, which is the annoying. But so you're all playing lads in the teens, and we know what's on the mind of most lads in the teens, and that's one of the driving forces behind this, isn't it? It is about their love lives. It is about going out, having a drink, and just basically being lads, and that's eternal. Let's try and work out some interactions. So who can you work out who you interact with most here? Have you got best mates?
We're best friends.
He's decided.
My agent emailed me and said, you're best friends with Lockwood.
Right, okay.
I don't know if that's in the script, but she just said it to me. And I've been telling him every day, so he knows.
But I mean, the rest of you, is there anything that's really stood out? How are you going to get on?
Scripts has quite a bit to do with Dakin and but also Posner. I get to play the piano for Tom in the show, and Tom gets to sing along, which is quite nice.
And Scripts is like my agony aunt because I'm in love with Dakin. So that has to hear out all my woes.
Weird little love triangle.
But this is one of the joys of the show as well, though, isn't it? I mean, and now I suppose we're in a time now where it's easier to talk about that, and it will seem less strange to kids who come and see it that we're able to talk about that. But in the 80s, what we're talking about would have been illegal. So it was with a legal age limit of 21 throughout the 80s for a homosexual relationship. Things are very different now, but still the story, the love triangle, etc. needs to be there.
I think it's really refreshing that Alan Bennett writes it from a point of view that the boys accept him for who he is as well, and then we can study his relationship dramas without a group of kids isolating him for who he loves. So it's a really nice decision he's made to not make it about everyone bullying him perhaps because of who he is, instead of accepting him, and then we explore who he falls in love with instead. So I think that's really nice of him to explore that.
Well, you all get to explore those characters on stage. It is at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre from the 7th through until the 22nd of February. 01902 429212 is the box office number, grandtheatre.co.uk to get your tickets and come and see an in-house production which is going to be the finest standard and do great things on the stage with a truly wonderful cast. We can tell that already. But have a great time, break a leg, and we look forward to seeing the play come February.
Thank you.
Thank you.